with Mira loves you because I do. I'm here to talk on my last live, leaning in, but I will do more later. But this is on relationship. And I decided to talk about my own 40-year relationship. Can you believe it? 40 years. So this is me. Yep. Can you see that? It's a little blurry. That's me. 40 years ago. I'm 64. And I still have this incredible, incredible marriage. It is a love affair. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like love is possible. Love is possible, you guys, but it's not like Disney. Disney makes you think that it's like going to be all easy and peaches and I used to think that he'd come and take me on his white horse, in shining armor. It's not like that. It's deeper, way deeper. But it takes work and it takes commitment and it takes really wanting to be happy inside of yourself. What are you doing? Are you asking your partner to make you happy? That's usually the problem. So I'm here to tell you that love is possible. It is amazing. I have this incredible, deep, intimate, caring, loving, passionate, incredible relationship. But it has not been all roses. It takes a lot of self discipline. So there are many things that we need to do a lot of self inquiry about when we're in relationship. But I have to tell you, if you're blaming your partner, it's not about them. It's usually about you. And the self inquiry to have a really, really good, amazing relationship is to keep looking at yourself and growing and be the best you can and support your partner in doing the same. But if you're looking to them as your answer to be happy, it ain't going to work, you guys. It just doesn't work. So I feel like communication is number one, commitment, number two, maybe they're equal, and a real desire to be together, a real uh, desire that this is the person I want to share my life with. Because if you don't have those three things, first of all, it's really difficult to stick with it because you have to be committed. You have to be committed if you want it to make it work. The second thing with communication, if you don't communicate and it's all within yourself and you're not connecting like a real partnership, it's not going to work either. There's all sorts of weird stuff that goes on in relationships if you're not communicating about everything. I hate to say it, it's about everything. It's about what you're doing in your life, your finances, your sex, your friends, your career. It's about everything. Communication is key. And the third thing is this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Kids, no kids, fun, travel, whatever. So I was lucky because I met my partner in a spiritual community. And we had that base, that real base to go on, and we still do. We still are self inquiring. We are still looking at ourselves. We are still becoming happy within ourselves. That's the spiritual life, you guys. Constantly looking at what's keeping us from freedom and knowing who we are and being happy. So I wanted that. My life is about spiritual freedom. It's about being happy and joyful. My whole life is about that. Now, what if I had somebody who was with me that wasn't into that? That would suck. Really, it would suck. So I was lucky. I met him in a spiritual community. It was already the base of our relationship. We were already looking at ourselves, and we wanted to rise together. Now, if you're a musician and that's your life and you want your partner to be into what you're doing, find somebody who's into music. If you're into dance, find a dancer. If you are into telling the truth, make sure you find someone who's always telling the truth. So you don't have to be exactly the same, but if you want to share the love of your life and it's a no brainer if somebody's not into that, you can't share anything, don't get together with them. Don't commit your life away. Make sure that you're on the same page. I know there's like honeymoon and sparks and energy and all that stuff that's happening in the beginning. But do you really want to waste a lot of your time in your life, a few years or whatever, having a great time in bed and then find out, oh my gosh, this person isn't the same as me? We don't want the same things. That sucks. It's like a waste of your energy. So I know there's lots of power in the beginning. There's attraction. There's incredible um, energy. But take your time. Take your time. Find out where they come from. Find out what their childhood was like. Find out if they're into alcohol, drugs, whatever. Find out if they're an addict. Find out if they ever learned how to communicate or dealt with their anger. Find out about their life. So that's the beginning. Look for someone who you can like play with and share your life with, your life interests. Now, if you want someone who's like really looking into themselves, looking at their lives, that's amazing. If you want someone who will grow and be with you and communicate, that's amazing. Many, many people I talk to, they're like, oh my gosh, this person doesn't even look at themselves. Well, that's one of those priorities that you have to find out in the beginning. Now, I know it changes. They could start drinking after a while, after you've been together for a long time. Habits of blaming each other, the habits of always looking at the other person, the habits of pointing our fingers, the habits of not looking within ourselves and looking in the relationship and going, you're not doing what I want to do. You're not who I want you to be. You are not talking or communicating like I want you to be. You're not touching me like I want it. So I am unhappy and it's all your fault. Meh, not good. Because we do that all our lives. We blame everybody else for our own unhappiness. So what we had to do was we had to split up for at least a year and a half, and I had to look at my stuff. I had a self-inquiry. Why are you not happy, Mira? And he did the same. I had to really look and stop blaming him, the world, or whatever, and look and see what is keeping me from my joy. What happened to me as a child? How am I communicating? How am I blaming him and looking at other people for my own happiness? So when I started doing that, and when he started doing that, we came together and we were best friends. We didn't make love, we didn't touch each other, we were best friends. That was incredible. Because best friends are where you get really, really connected and really high. You get so in sync because you're sharing, you want to spend time together, you rise together, you help each other. And I have to say, not having sex, excuse me, was a really good thing because somehow I had sex and ownership connected. And when I had sex, I connected with him and lost myself a lot. So I'm not suggesting don't have sex. I'm just saying look at it. Do you have makeup sex? Do you have sex to keep yourself together with each other? Do you have sex to manipulate each other? Do you seduce one another, but you really need to talk? Look at that. Look at that in your relationships if you're in one. Are you using sex for another reason other than love? Loving one another, rising with one another, giving each other. Is your sex pure? Does it have a pure motivation with him, her, whoever? Is it pure? Because I think sexuality is confusing. I think we look at sex and we think, oh, he loves me, or she loves me, they love me. I think sex is a good excuse to not talk. I think sex is amazing. I love it. But it's not, uh, what's the word? Replacement for connection, for communication, for looking at ourselves, and for getting through an issue. So just look at your sexuality. So we became super, super close, and then we remarried. And actually, I was very nervous about having sex again because I didn't want to go back into the past. I didn't want to feel like I owned him. I didn't want to blame him anymore. I didn't want to get into the entanglement that we often do when we're in a monogamous relationship. But slowly, slowly, I did begin to love him like that, and we've had a beautiful relationship. There was something else that I wanted to share with you was that I'm in the generation that came from monogamy, but I was in a very, very open, sexually open community. And for me, being monogamous was really important. Now, I don't have anything wrong with having lots of partners. But what I did find out is when you are with someone psychically, you're connected for 3 months. So if you make love with someone, you're connected psychically. So imagine if you're like jumping from one partner to the next. And what I find now, being together for so long, is that we hold sacred our one on one relationship. It's the sacred container. We're each other's person. Now, I have so many other friends, men, women, all sorts of friends. But our one on one partnership is absolutely monogamous and sacred. It doesn't mean that we don't have a lot of like attraction for other people. Oh my God, we're human. I was just talking to somebody about how natural it is to be looking. I look at gorgeous women, I look at gorgeous men all the time. And I look at my husband and say, check this out. Look how gorgeous that human being is. That's beautiful. We are animals, we are attraction, we are energy. But it doesn't mean that I have to go somewhere else to have an orgasm or to connect with someone else like that. It doesn't mean that. It just means I'm having fun, but I choose to be monogamous with my partner. And that makes a very, very sacred bond. So let me talk about something else, which is we have had many, many spiritual paths together. Often we will come together on the same spiritual path, and we're kind of walking together, doing the same path, same teachers. Sometimes he will go off and do his own path, his own spiritual work, and I'll do my own. And we support each other and love each other through that. So it's really important to understand this. You do not have to be on the same spiritual path. As long as it has the same feeling, the same goals, the same outcomes. And for us, it's self inquiry. For us, it is becoming more aware of ourselves, becoming more happy. And I think it's really important to understand that. I didn't get together with him and say, you need to be on the same path as me. We needed to be on the same values and goals of self inquiry and becoming whole within ourselves. That's the most beautiful part, you guys. Like Disney, it's always like, oh, they're going to make me so happy if we're together, only if only we're together. It's not true. It's fake. It's all made up. What the most beautiful relationship is when you can be absolutely thrilled with your life, your goals, your heart, your body, everything. And then you share it with your best friend who's doing the same thing. Check that out. Could you imagine? I'm sure there's many of you who will hear this who have the same feeling. How to get there is a whole nother thing. It's a lot of work, but it is so worth it. It's so worth it. It is important to understand that when you are looking for a partner or when you're dating or I don't know, whatever you're looking for, that the outside world, the outside person is not going to make you happy. It is so the number one importance more than communication and choosing them and all of that. It's you have to understand that your joy and your love come from within you. And we're here to serve that to other people. We're here to always find where our joy is, where our love is, and exude that to serve other people on the planet. So I'm here to talk about my marriage, but actually it's becoming why I'm here on the planet and why you are. Is when I'm with my partner, that's what we are doing. That's our aim is to serve and love other humans, animals, plants. To rise to be the most beautiful, loving being, to get out of the way, to let that flow through you. And I don't ask my husband to do that for me. I can't. We can hold our hands. We can say, whoa, this is quite the ride. But I can't ask him to find that joy and that love that comes through me at all, ever. It's really fun to have a partner. It's really satisfying and amazing. Yes, I feel grateful. I feel blessed. I feel amazing love that I have a partner to walk this planet with. But I'm telling you, you can be as happy as me without a partner. Companionship and partnership is not the answer. It's a bonus, it's a plus. It's incredible if you find someone you can do it with. But let me tell you, if you're full of joy, you won't care if you have someone next to you because really you're alone anyway. Look, I am really alone. I walk my path alone. I am told to talk and talk about love and joy and what's exuding through me. And the talk here tonight about marriage is that you have to do your life alone. And if you have a partner on your arm, you can't see me because I'm black, that's great. But they will not make you whole, they will not make you happy. They might give you more joy. They might take care of you a little bit when you need it. They might play with you because it's so fun to go skiing or singing or dancing or meditating, whatever. That's exciting. But they don't give you happiness. So, those of you who are wondering, about different relationships, look at why you are looking for a relationship. I started this whole series on why are you looking. You have to get happy by yourself. Because let me tell you, even with a partner on your hand or on your arm, you still have to do it yourself. You still have to look at your stuff. You still have to see why you're not giving yourself joy. You still have to look. So while you're dating, or while you're looking, or while you're trying to be happy with your partner, always look at yourself. Look at what your needs are. Look at what your wants are. Look at whether you're afraid to be attached. What kind of attachment style are you? Look at where you're afraid to be committed. Look at where you're too needy. The more I held on to him, the more he ran away. Those are two different attachment styles. I'm sure there's so many of you out there like that. I was abandoned, incested as a child. I was so needy for his love and attention. And he wanted to run away. So you have to look at where are you coming from and sit back and go, oh my God, why am I so abandoned? What's my attachment? What's happening? Why am I asking him to make me happy? He can't. There's no way. It's not possible. We have this ongoing joke. Oh, I really need you to make me happy. Oh, I really need you to make me happy. It's not true. And we found that out when we left each other. When we really left each other and looked and went, wait, can we really be together? Can we really be happy with do we have the same lifestyle, with our communication styles, with our attachment styles? Can we make this work? Because we really wanted it really badly. We wanted to be together, but there was so much to change in my own communication about myself, in my own looking inward. And we made it work. We have this amazing, amazing relationship. And I am grateful and I feel blessed. But those of you who are looking for someone who can communicate, who can look inside, you need to start doing it yourself first. Make sure you're looking at yourself first and speak from I statements. Do active listening like I taught in the last few weeks. Really listen to this partner, this beautiful human being sitting across from you, sharing I statements and their heart out to you. Do you know that I still find out new things about my partner after 40 years just by doing active listening, just by not interrupting him? I sit there and I'm amazed at this beautiful being across from me who is sharing his heart out to me in I statements, not blaming me, but sharing. And I find out new things still. I still don't even know who I'm married to. That's how amazing it is. Because we go deeper and deeper. And we're still open. And we're still curious about who we are and how we're changing and how we're growing in our work and our spiritual life and our bodies. And we're still in awe of like the incredible travels that we're doing alone and together. We're still in awe of the transformation that happens to us and human beings all around us. We're still in awe what we find out about ourselves. And then we share that. So, my 40-year marriage, it's kind of funny because I'm just talking about me. Look inside and really search inside yourself what's keeping you from joy. Search inside yourself. Sit quietly and listen to the messages that you're getting. Give yourself the time to slow down. We're real miracles. We are miracles. Walking on the planet, sharing and giving to one another. Investigate. Investigate what's happening inside of you. Find out what makes you tick. What gives you joy? What gives you joy on this planet? What gives you joy? Usually what gives you joy is what you do when you were little. First of all, I love people. I've always loved people ever since I was little. So I'm talking to people. I loved clay and art. I taught pottery and art for years. Find out what made you really excited when you were little. That's a clue to find out where your joy is. You can make a business out of it. It's not hard. Or just do it to give yourself joy. But find what makes you really flourish and happy so that you can get filled and then give back. That's the whole idea, you guys. That's why we're here, is to fill ourselves up with what we love. Take care of our bodies, take care of what we eat, take care of who we hang out with, take care of what we do every day, take care of everything, and become joyful so that you can share that with others. So you can take care of yourself and others. We're all connected. We're all connected. I have to breathe and see if there's anything else to say. Anyway, I love you. Take care. Thank you so much for watching this. Good luck with all your relations. I send you prayers and love. And I will see you soon. Mira loves you because I do.